Inside each and every one of us is a leader just waiting to come out. And while it can be hard to discover at times, there are some clues that it's in there somewhere, ready for you to unleash it at any moment. The Center for Creative Leadership has identified 10 qualities of strong leadership. While some of these characteristics may be innate within you, others might require some effort and education on your part. However, with an open attitude and a little time, you can hone the traits and skills that will help make you a driving force in your club. In fact, not only can you thrive as a leader, you can help others with their own development. This is cultivating your inner leader. Leadership means many things to many people, but the Center of Creative Leadership agrees that there are at least 3 key fundamentals that help define what the term should mean. First, leadership is a social process. It relies on people to be successful. If you don't understand that this must come first, you're likely going to fail no matter how strong your skill set. And this means more than just being liked and respected. You have to know how to take that respect and incorporate it into your goals for the team and the organization. Next, you must realize that leadership is a journey. It's not a single destination or a short pit stop. You truly have to be in it for the long haul. Likewise, it's also a work in progress. The best leaders work at it their entire lives. And finally, we must recognize that leadership takes more than just you. It takes the team around you. Sure, people in powerful positions are often charismatic, but they are also surrounded with good people dedicated to a common mission. We know that you, like us, see that in your fellow Sertomans each and every day. So now that I've told you what leadership is, you might be wondering how you can take all of this and incorporate it into your life. Let's look at some of the most key characteristics to focus on if you're wanting to become a stronger leader. Now, we think that this one should be obvious. Leaders need to have integrity. People want to know that they can trust the person that speaks on behalf of their organization. After all, they're the ones charged with and entrusted with leading an organization's strategic future and making the club's most important decisions, or at least heading up the process. Research finds that this can actually be a blind spot for many organizations, so it's critical that your club's leadership take honesty and integrity into everything it does. It must be of value to your officers, directors, and other representative leadership. Otherwise, members and others in your community will find it difficult to rely on your group for the service it's known for. Delegating. This one can be tricky. Many of us are used to doing everything ourselves and may find it difficult to trust others with sharing responsibilities. However, you need to remember that your goal isn't just to free up some of your time. It's about finding a balance, both within your own personal workload and in the representation within your club. If done effectively, meaning without overwhelming micromanagement, delegation can empower your team to make decisions and find their own rhythm of teamwork. Even more importantly, it helps grow trust with your volunteers. The goal here should be growth, both of your individual team members and of your club. Communication skills are something that most of us have, though some of us are better speakers while others may be better writers. Both of these are of equal importance, but nothing without the ability to actively listen. We can't just speak, we must hear what others are trying to tell us. We must also be able to communicate different kinds of information to different kinds of people. For instance, the best leaders know how to inspire and direct their team, and inform others during times of crisis and in the everyday flow. We come across a wide variety of people within different social identities and club roles, and finding ways to communicate with everyone only stands to benefit your club. We're taught to be thankful from an early age, and serving as a leader is no different. Saying thank you can go a long way. A gracious leader is an effective leader. This very simple practice truly does create a culture of appreciation that flows from the top down, if done right. According to research from the Center for Creative Leadership, gratitude can actually lead to higher self-esteem, reduce depression and anxiety, and improve your sleep. People are also willing to work harder when they have an appreciative leader. Agility is crucial for effective leadership. You need to be able to pivot. Here are a few questions to consider when looking at your own agility. 1. What happens when you don't know how to do something? If you're the type of person to immediately freak out or clam up, you need to find better ways to build up your agility. It's just like conditioning your body if you want to be a better athlete. 2. Are you a proactive leader or a reactive leader? Make sure that you're always looking ahead and know how to prepare yourself and your club ahead of time for the worst. And 3, what can help you build your leadership agility? Practice, experience, and effort. Influence can be a difficult one to take on. However, it's important that you hold some clout and influence as a leader. To help you better understand this characteristic, you might consider what influence is not. It's not about ego. Instead, it's about finding ways to combine logic, emotion, and cooperation. It's also not about manipulation. People should understand where you stand and what they are getting themselves into when they become part of your team. And it's not about playing pretend. Remember, we must be honest as leaders. This means that transparency and authenticity play a huge role in leadership. You will likely not succeed as a leader without empathy for others. It's found to play a very important role in leadership effectiveness as it is a significant contributor to emotional intelligence. According to Psychology Today, emotional intelligence, or EI as it's often called, refers to the ability to identify and manage one's own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. Emotional intelligence is generally said to include a few skills, such as emotional awareness, the ability to harness those emotions and apply them to tasks like thinking and problem solving, and the ability to manage emotions, which includes both regulating one's own feelings and helping others to do the same when necessary. Empathy can also help when your club is focusing on diversity and inclusive initiatives. We all know that it can be intimidating to speak up when something's going on. The Center for Creative Leadership says that whether you are wanting to voice a new idea, provide feedback, or point out a concern, we must be brave and make our voice heard. It is courage that helps us step up and propels our organization in the right direction. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, the best leaders are respectful leaders. Experts are careful to point out that this means more than simply the absence of disrespect. It means day in and day out, respect is a cornerstone to the way you conduct yourself and represent your club. With it handy in your back pocket at all times, you're more likely to be able to ease tension, build trust, and cultivate effectiveness. No one expects you to get all 10 of these things right out of the box. It takes time, practice, and patience. Sertoma has developed resources to help you be the most successful leader possible. You can access these anytime on demand in our Members Center at sertoma.org. You can also ask questions and connect with your fellow club leaders in our members-only Facebook group using the link on the screen.